All right. Hello, everybody. How are you? How are you? Listen, it is me, Danielle J. Mitchell, your up and coming queen. I mean, tame is here of real estate. And I'm here for today's and this week's Tuesday tip at 2. So I'm kind of going over something I went through before. So it's pretty much a part 2. Okay. It's a part 2. um, of something I went through before. Number one, I do want to say that I service Pennsylvania and the surrounding suburbs, which would be Delaware County and Montgomery County. Number two, hey to all the new subscribers. I've been changing up some things as far as marketing. And so I got some new subscribers out there. So, hey guys, thank you so much. Listen, if you have not subscribed and you're watching this, I need you to do what it says down there and I need you to subscribe, okay? I need you to be sure to click the all notifications, the little bell over there when you go to subscribe and push all notifications so you can be notified of all new content. All right. Definitely want to do that. Also, what else I want you to do? I want you to like, I want you to share, I want you to comment. Listen, if this can help you or somebody else, you got to share it out. All right. So let's get into it. Pretty much, this is a follow up, like a part 2 to something that I did before, which was should I buy a house now? Right. So pretty much what I'm gonna go through now are the pros and cons of waiting out the housing markets. The housing market, as we know, is crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. Somebody said to me, I'm just share a little story. Someone said to me that, hey, what's the comps and da 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 da. And I'm be honest. Now, I typically do send comps, right? But in this housing market, let me tell you something. Them comps are out the window. So typically, when you go to put in an offer for a house, it's like your realtor sends you comps, right? Which I typically do. But because it's such an aggressive market, the comps don't matter. It's about winning the house. It's about winning the house. And yes, you should still see the comps. You should still know what the house is going for. But at the end of the day, because there's so much competition, it's 3, 5, 10, 20, 30, 40, however many offers on houses nowadays. You really are just trying to write an offer that will get you the win, that will get you under contract. So even though comps for a house may be whatever they are, you still have to go in 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, however much, depending on your price point, above the list price, even if it's listed to where it should be according to the comps. In order for you to win, you have to go in a lot higher. So I just wanted to put that out there for a moment. All right, so let's talk about the pros and cons of waiting out the housing market. Let's talk about don't let FOMO drive you. Okay. Don't let FOMO drive you. What's that? That's kind of this new abbreviated therapeutic term, right? I think it's like a therapy term called fear of missing out, right? So I definitely encounter this when dealing with clients, whether you're a seller, whether you're a buyer, whether you're, and it's mainly buyers, but sellers as well, because you figure if you're a seller, you're trying to put your house on the market. You may feel like I'm putting my house on the market because I want to take advantage of these interest rates, or I want to take advantage of um, the sale of my property. But you have to also make sure that you're able to buy a property, right? Because you're going to be a seller on one hand, but you're also going to be a buyer. So this can apply for both. So forcing a bad deal would not rectify itself because there were no other options or because you feel stuck, right? So being patient in the market is hard, but overpaying for a faulty property will ultimately lead to more regret. So even though it is competitive, it's a lot out here, fear of missing out can work one of two ways. You can get a property that has all the bells and whistles, that's amazing, and because you're being super picky, you can miss out on something that overall is fantastic, and where you know it'll be something minor you may need to do, as opposed to saying, hey, I'm gonna wait it out 6 more weeks or months until I get the perfect house, right? So it can work that way. It can also work like I just said, where you're trying to make it work, but you're going against your better judgment, right? Because it's like, I know, this is the only deal I could get, or this is the only one that said yes, so I'm gonna just go with it, even though, there are some things that's giving me pause or that's making me nervous, right? So don't let FOMO drive you, okay? So the next thing is there are markets within markets, right? So depending on, real estate has to do with the locale. I will say one who is doing Philly, doing Delaware County, doing Montgomery County, it's pretty much the same. So even though what I'm sharing with you is that there are markets within markets, it may change based on what specific area you're looking at. So I will say that it may be a bit less competitive based on exactly where you're trying to be and what price point you're at. Okay. So that may absolutely change. But overall, from what I'm seeing so far, it's definitely pretty much the same at any price point in any area. The next thing is this year is a slightly better time to buy, right? The demand for real estate is vastly overshadowing the inventory, right? Now that 2022 has arrived, experts still agree that this is the case, even with the decreasing inventory. According to Time, home prices will not increase as rapidly, and home values will also likely increase at a less vigorous rate than the peak of 2021, which bodes well for buyers. One of the reasons to that, which I'm about to talk about next, is the interest rate. The interest rate getting higher. People who had a certain budget before maybe are not able to have that budget now because interest rates are high, which changes your debt to income ratio. So that is helping to level things out a bit more, right? The next thing is that interest rates are higher. Right? So that's happening, is going to have it's been happening, and that's just what it is. The other part is, listen, nobody can predict the next drop. Okay. Nobody, and we're talking about drop as far as despite these slight increases in interest rate and decreases in inventory, this doesn't necessarily mean that the market is going down, right? No one knows if the housing market will drop and when will drop, if the housing market will drop and when it will drop. Most reports talk about the market slowing in 2023, but not falling. Okay. Builders have not built enough housing and interest rates remain still relatively low. Okay. The right time to buy is when a person is ready. All right. Here's the other thing. Okay. Don't wait for a better price. Waiting is a gamble. You could be waiting to purchase with the thought of prices coming down, but even if home prices do pull back some, if rates increase, it will be all for nothing. You may be able to afford a $300,000 house at current rates, but if those rates increase by 1%, while you wait, that same payment may be on wait, but if those rates increase by 1% while you wait, that same payment may be on a $250,000 house. In other words, like I've been saying, your affordability shrinks. So at one time, you'd be able to afford the $300,000 house. Now it goes to 250. Okay. Here's the other thing: rents are sky high. I talked about this before. Even with the market being what it is, because the home purchase market is what it is, the demand for rentals are just the same, if not more. If not buying means renting, consider that the current rental market is on fire with rents skyrocketing and landlord incentives eliminating. Renting will not be a cheaper option in the long run. Okay. Also, this market is stable. Contrary to 2008, the market is stable, and this market run up hasn't been driven by investors, flippers, and bad mortgages. It's been driven by legitimate buyers who are more free to determine where they live than ever. Well, while demand will start to slow eventually, there are no indicators of prices going down anytime soon. Lastly, you're ready when you're ready. I always say, when's the best time to buy? I always say now. Number one, when you're ready and now. Those are the determining factors. It's when you're ready and it's now. Okay. Because at the end of the day, as I stated before, there's no way. If you're looking for when's the best time, what's the secret? There is no secret to this thing. It is what it is. You can't predict what's going to happen. You can't predict, and like I said, even if you do all the analytics and the trends and charts and graphs, as I said before, there's no indicator that we're going to crash. There's no indicator that prices are going to drop. When you're looking at real estate, similarly to the stock market, you can expect that things will go up. Even if they dip some, they're going to go back up. As a whole, right? Even if it dips a little bit, even if some things happen, it still is going to go up. It's not like it's going to go, everything's going to be half price, half off. This is not the gap. It is real estate. So that's not going to happen. So what you have to do is make sure that you're ready and just get in there, right? Get in there, do your best, and that's it. Because guess what? If you wait 5 years, houses are going to be higher. And if you wait 10 years, it's going to be higher. If you wait next year, houses is going to be higher. Real estate market changes year over year, season after season. Okay. So I hope that helps somebody. The pros and cons of waiting out a hot market. I hope those things can help you. Some of those things are pros, some of those things are cons. I hope they can help you to determine if you're ready to buy right now and get out there. I don't have nothing else, guys. That's all for today's and this week's Tuesday Tip at 2. I hope that was helpful. I hope that you learned something. And I hope to talk with you soon. Remember, there's no place like home, no place like home buying. Listen, remember to go down here. I need you to book a consultation, okay? If you're interested in selling your home or buying one, you can go to book.djmrealtyco.com. Again, book.djmrealtyco.com. Talk to you soon. Bye.